Here's my review of the Milwaukee M12 crossline laser with plumb points, model number 3622-20. The tool only model was $400 with free shipping to my house. I think it was from Coast Tool. Anyway, start with the dimensions. It's if we turn this way, you have 3 inches wide from here to here at its widest point, not including this little adjustment knob, which is about another ½ inch, so 3.5 inches in total. We got 6 inches tall to the top of this M12 2.0 battery. That's the highest point. Unless, of course, you have a bigger battery, which I don't, so I can't provide that information. The unit is pretty much 7 inches long, 6 7/8 long, kind of a big unit. The laser, once you turn the laser on, is 3.5 inches above the ground as it sits. Let's see here, let's get that laser on there. 3.5, pretty much exactly. It's got 3 different laser modes that you have to toggle through every single time you turn it on. If you turn it off, it forgets what mode you were in, and you have to press it again to get to the mode that you want to get in. But anyway, when you turn it on, it starts in horizontal mode, which you can see here, and then you press it one time, it goes to the vertical mode. The vertical mode also has the plumb points activated, and if we look up right now through my fan, the vertical laser goes about 6 inches past the plumb point. We got like, I don't know, maybe 9 feet or so from the laser to the where the laser's hitting the ceiling there. What else? Oh, this third mode would be the crossline mode. And the crossline mode also has these plumb points activated as well. There's, I guess, one other mode. If you switch it to the on position but locked, you can move the laser any which way you want and it doesn't turn off, so you could put it in any non-level or whatever angle you want, which is kind of cool. When the laser's shut off, it locks the gimbal, so it's not wiggling around in there. Pretty cool. Let's see here. It's got 2 thread mounts, a 1/4 by 20 and a 5/8 by 11 that fits on, well, it fits on my tripod, the 5/8 by 11, which is pretty cool. Some of the pros about this laser that I really like, I'm going to read from my paper here. Let's see here. It's got the fine adjustment screw right here. So when you turn this screw, it turns it left or right in very small increments, making it pretty easy to adjust for fine tuning. Pretty neat. It's got a pretty long run time, supposedly. I haven't tried it out, but they say 15 plus hours. Not quite sure. What does it say? What kind of battery? They don't really say. Anyway, 15 hours supposedly, probably with a bigger battery than I have. Let's see here. The 2 thread mount sizes, which I already mentioned, pretty neat. Let's see here. I may as well just look at my paper here. We got, it has several accessories that are available for it. Like they have this little target right here, which I kind of think's a little weird. I guess you have to set it on a 2x4 for it to be 3.5 inches above the ground, but if you just set it on the ground, shine the laser at it, it doesn't really hit the center at all. So it needs to be up 1.5 inches for it to hit the center. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird, but whatever. They also have this right here, which is the 360 laser bracket. Pretty neat. You just take this laser, clips right in there. Oh, I guess I didn't get that on camera. Here, hold on. So got this cool bracket right here, and it just hooks on with these magnets on the back and that little nub, and you just put it right on there, and it, if you have two hands, it works a lot better, but there we go. Snaps right in. And then it has a really easy height adjustment, but this is an extra $50 for this bracket right here. Pretty well built. If we look at the back of this bracket, it's got, you know, well, here we go. Where's the rack and pinion? It's got a nice aluminum rack and pinion on there. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, it might be plastic, but it's pretty hard, pretty nice, high quality plastic. Anyway, pretty neat. What else? It's got the green laser, which I guess is kind of cool. It didn't really work that well outdoors. They say it has up to 165-foot visibility. Let's see here. Let's check out this little chart right here. They're saying working range 125 feet, range with detector 165 feet. But the working range I've noticed is only indoors in certain light conditions. Outdoors, even with fading light in my backyard, when I first tested it out, you couldn't see the cross line. More than like 20, 25 feet was like the maximum that I got with it as far as just being able to see it. Not too impressed with that. Would have been a lot nicer if they added a point where the two cross lines come together for a level point that comes straight out. That would have been great, but kind of renders it pretty much useless outside as far as I'm concerned, unless you, of course, you'd have to buy the detector and then have a stick to put that on and all that stuff. But just to use your tape measure and actually see where the laser is, can't do it. I'll have a video of that in just a little bit. What else? I guess that's all of the pros I really came up with, even though I kind of mixed a con in there. Let's see here. Anyway, cons are this unit is really big. Doesn't really fit into tight spaces. One of my old lasers, one of my favorite lasers actually that I have right here, is my PLS3. Old faithful PLS3 that they don't make anymore. Kind of bummed. But anyway, super skinny, super small. Obviously not a crossline laser, but the plumb point's a lot easier to get to than this Milwaukee over here. It's got a nice flat top on it that made it really easy to, you know, you could butt it right up into the header or a top plate, or you could check the tracks on, what do you call those things? Pocket doors. Worked really well. 2-inch height from the ground to the laser makes it super easy to measure. You know, adding and subtracting, no fractions to deal with. Anyway, I was hoping for something like that for Milwaukee. Didn't really happen. I got 3.5 inches. I guess that's somewhat easy, but no flat spot on the top. Kind of hard to check stuff real quick if you just want to hold your laser up and, you know, see what's going on real quick. Doesn't really work. Not only that, this unit won't fit into a pocket door. You can't really make that work. Kind of weird. No real way to mount this thing to a wooden stud without getting like a piece of metal and screwing it on there and then attaching it by the magnet. Kind of lame, you know. $200 laser right here. Came with a great mount. Of course, it only has the 1/4x20. That kind of sucks, but it's never been a problem for me. Let's see here. Other cons. Well, we already kind of went over the number 2, which was the no forward dot. Number 3, on here, which I guess I kind of went over already, but why not go over it again? Number 3, the downward dot is flush to the body, making the visibility poor, and marking the laser is problematic. And what I mean by that is when you turn the laser on, you can't even, just looking right at the side of it right now, I can't even see the plumb point. No, well, because it's not on. All right, looking right at the side of it, I can't see the plumb point. If I come around right here, I could see it, but if this was in a stud bay, or anywhere really, and I need to get a pencil down here to mark this thing, I only have a pen on me right now, I have to reach way up underneath here to where I could barely see and try to make a mark without bumping my laser. Not very useful in my opinion. Even though it does have 2 inches of clearance here to the ground, still can't really see the laser from a lot of positions, nor get a pencil in there to mark. Not very handy. Not very happy with that. I was hoping Milwaukee would have thought of that. Apparently, it's the best they could do. Anyway, old laser here. Sticks out about 3/8 of an inch. Super easy to get into from any angle. I could come back quite a bit on this thing and still see the laser and get in there and mark it without hitting the laser. Could have been a little bit farther out, but at least they thought about not making it flush to the unit, which makes it quite a bit easier to use. Plus, it did come with a bracket that would make this stand off the ground about 1.5 inches and make it easier to get to, which I never used. Anyway, a lot nicer design as far as that's concerned. Turn it off. Let's see here. No wall mount for wood. Sticks to metal, really strong. Really nice for that. No carrying case. Spent $400 on this thing, man. And another grip of money to get this freaking battery and a charger. And, no carrying case. Guess I just chuck it in my toolbox. Thanks, Milwaukee. Let's see here. No flat spot on the top of the laser. We just went over that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cons continued. Milwaukee. Number 7. Laser barely goes past the plumb point in the up position. I think we talked about that. When you turn the laser on, switch it to the vertical mode or crossline mode, and you look up, the laser barely goes past the plumb point. Let's see here. I have an old PLS crossline laser that I really never used, and maybe I'll review it someday. They probably don't make it anymore, but if we turn this thing on right here to the crossline and we go up here, the thing goes like a good 6 feet past plumb. Of course, this one doesn't have plumb points, but well, there you have it. Oh, that other little green spot that you see right there is just a reflection from the window. Let's see here. There we go. No reflection. Oh, it's reflecting off my Christmas ornaments. Ha! Anyway, there you have it. Let's turn this PLS 180 off. Get out of the way. I think we talked about the mode. Doesn't save, so when I turn it off, if I want it back on vertical and I turn it off and I turn it back on, it's in horizontal and I have to reach over and press it again to get it to vertical or crossline. Kind of lame if you're using it a lot in the same position and you want to turn it off to save batteries. I guess they just counted on you leaving this thing on all day long, but I don't really like staring at lasers, so I like to turn mine off when I'm not actually using it or trying to work where the laser's pointing. But, I guess they didn't think of that either. Let's see here. If you really want continuous use and not have to worry about this battery going out, you're going to have to buy 2 of these expensive batteries rather than just a couple of AA batteries that go in there. Yeah, the AA's might not last as long, but you just have a couple extra on hand. Got myself a little Harbor Freight case right here. Yeah, I know, Harbor Freight. But it's kind of a cool case. Has a little cutout foam in there. Got my stand in there. Extra batteries. Screws for my mount. And of course, some stair gauges, because where else do you keep your stair gauges? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it cost me an extra $10 to get a nice case for my PLS, but all in on my PLS, I'm like $212. I have a nice case, a nice mount. The mount comes with batteries, mounts to wood. Oh my God, the mount comes with batteries. The mount comes with magnets for steel studs. Comes with holes in it so you can mount it to wood. Anything that you could put screws into mounts to. Little 1/4x20 thing. Bracket came with the laser. You know, cheap, simple, effective, and a couple extra batteries. No worries. May as well put the laser away. Laser fits right in there nice and snug. Wham! High power laser beam. All right, back to the Milwaukee. Thing's super expensive, man. $400, and all you get is a laser. That really doesn't perform well outdoors. Sure, it performs well indoors, but yeah, I work, and a lot of the time it's outdoors. And so this laser really doesn't do me much good in a lot of situations. If they would have just put a level point on it facing forward, it would have been good in a ton of situations. But unfortunately, they decided to just do up and down. So now I guess I have to spend another $160 on top of the $400 that I got for this, on top of, geez, I don't even know what these batteries cost, but it's probably close to $100. And then I had to get a charger, so I have, $500 right there. Another $50 for a mount that still doesn't mount to wood. Another, I think this thing was like $10, $20, something like that. Whatever. So what are we at? $470 plus another $160 plus the batteries. I'm like going to be $700 into this unit. And I still can't even use it out. I mean, well, I guess I will be able to use it. I'll have the detector, but I'll have to get a little stick to put the detector on too. So, geez, yeah, probably like $750 for this laser to do what this little $200 laser used to do when they still made it. That's unfortunate that Fluke decided to stop making that unit after they purchased it from PLS. Too bad. So I guess those are the last cons, really. It's super expensive. All of the accessories are expensive, albeit this is a really nice mount, but it still doesn't mount to wood. Not very helpful. It takes expensive batteries. No case provided. $400. And I gotta provide my own case. Like, really? Anyway. It's a decent laser for people who work only indoors or want to spend $700 for something like this. But for me, if I'm going to spend $700 on a laser that I need a detector for, I'd rather just use my Transit, honestly. I'll set up my Transit. And it has a detector. It came with all the things that I need. It was like $1,000. Came with a tripod. Came with a detector. Came with everything I need to do outdoor work. I was hoping for this thing to just be a quick multi-use laser like my PLS is. I could see the laser dot outside on this thing for quite a good distance. Works well. I could use it for, anything from getting post heights for setting girders outdoors to, whatever it's very versatile. It works really well. I could set pocket doors with it. I could set doors with it. I'm sure I could do that with this unit as well. Pocket doors, probably not. It's going to be really hard to hold up to see where I need to shim everything and get it perfect. But, you know, what do you want for $750? Anyway, that's my review of the Milwaukee. Not super impressed with it. I guess it'd probably work good for plumbers, electricians, stuff like that. People who are in the union and working on huge commercial buildings. I could see it working well there, where you're around a lot of steel studs. But for framing and just general multi-use purposes, I don't really see this Milwaukee being used much. And honestly, I'll probably return it if they'll have it back. I haven't really taken it outdoors except to set it on my deck railing. And like I said, 20-foot visibility outside. Pretty cool, but not very cool for outdoor use. I guess we could turn it on and you can see it's about 60 feet to the back wall of my house here. And it's pretty dark back there. Highly visible inside. You go outside in the sun, 20 feet, you don't see anything. Turn the lights on so we can see what it looks like with brighter conditions. Still highly visible. Pretty cool. Throw a red laser next to it so we can see the difference between red and green. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Hardly see the red back there with the camera. I could see it pretty well. Not looking through the camera, which is kind of weird. They're both actually pretty darn visible. You know, to the naked eye here, the camera's not picking up the red very well. Even when I zoom in, you can see it. Camera's not doing it justice, but I mean, shoot, this little PLS 180, I think I have $200 into it, and it came with a carrying case. You know, and honestly, for the difference in visibility, I don't think it's really worth the extra $450, $500. So there's my review. Take it for what it's worth. Milwaukee crossline 3622-20. There you have it. Show you the specs again. Whoa, still zoomed in. There we go. Are we focusing here? Come on, let's focus. All right, I guess we're not focusing. Anyway, I hope it helps. Hope you got some information that you needed or didn't see in any other reviews. I'll post another review on the same laser in outdoor conditions when it's bright out again tomorrow. It's getting a little late, so see you later.